Hi friends, I wanted to share today how I clean and or replace the spigot on a cooler, usually Igloo type cooler. This is a Gott and it's the larger than the 5 gallon, so I don't know exactly how big it is. It's like a 7.5 maybe to, I don't think it's a 10. It could be 10, but yeah, maybe. Anyway, it's the larger one, and I only have the 5 gallon ones. I have about 6 of them for water storage, and we use them for camping. But I saw this one today, a secondhand store for $2, and it literally had a bag of ice that was melted, and it had just started mildewing inside the thing. So for $2, I figured I could clean it out and scrub the top off. Messy under the sink. And clean it enough that I could use it. So this is what happened. So I cleaned the outside of the spigot. I mean, you can't really see much except, you know, there's that goo in there. And sometimes I'll just run bleach water through it, but I knew that this had been sitting gross and I didn't want to take any chances because I'm putting food storage water in there. So what you do is, so this is on there like that. And what you do is, this is on the inside, like this. So you hold this on the inside. You can use pliers or be careful so you don't ruin the plastic. So I usually just hold this with my hand and then I start twisting this lefty-loosey and it will come off. And then this rubber gasket is, you can see there's a hole. It sits right in between. And so this one side is this and the other side is this. So you can see where it's cleaner, where the nut has been. And so I usually take them out, soak them in a little bit of bleach water, but this is rubber, so you don't want to break it down. So, I mean, when I say soak it, I'm talking like maybe a minute. And then I use a scrub brush and scrub the entire thing really clean. And then I run a wet paper towel. Let me show you what I do. So I get a wet paper towel and I roll it like this. Like, I don't take the whole thing. I get it, like, break some off, and then I roll it like this, and then I shove it inside like this, and I keep twirling it as I'm putting it in there, and it will get that whole inside cleaned out. So that's how I clean it. And I'll also, once I've got the paper towel in there like this, I'll take a shish kebab skewer and put it inside of this, and so that I can clean all the way in there, because you can't really get to it because the mechanism is inside this, so you can't get it all the way out the back like that. So you want to just push this in, clean out in there, put a little bit of cleaner inside that in there, and then run the paper towel with the little pointy, you could use a bamboo, you know, a chopstick would even work on this big nozzle. On the smaller ones I have to use something thinner on the water bottle nozzles. And so you can just run that in there and then spray some cleaning stuff down and just let it soak for a minute down in there and push it open and close so that the water gets, and the cleaning solution gets down in there. And then you can just use a little brush for the threads. So anyway, I clean it really well, a little bit of bleach water so that I know there's not any mildew. And then I put the rubber gasket back on. You have to kind of stretch it and get it on. Oh God, I'm so bad at doing this. Stretch it and put it on either side of it. And if this is ruined on yours, you can buy these new. You just go to the website of whatever company it is and buy them. The problem is they're more than you want to pay. Like if you paid $2 for this, you know, I mean, a new one would be expensive. But so I usually at the store, since this had water in it, I was able to test and make sure that this gasket and that gasket were good and it wasn't leaking. So you can test this gasket and see when you are at the store, if you can put just a little bit of water in there from the drinking fountain or something and test it and see if it shuts off, because I have several right now that just dribble out. So, and then when I've got it fixed, it's on like that, what I do is I take a baggie, just a sandwich baggie, and I tape it over the front of this, and then I set it over the front of this whole thing, and then I put an elastic right here. so that it holds the plastic bag from keeping this area from getting dirty, because I don't want spiders crawling up in there, or if the button gets pushed accidentally moving it or something, I don't want water spilling out of it. I've had that happen before, so I always leave a baggie with an elastic on all of them to keep them clean, because we go camping in the sand at the dunes and I don't want sand getting in there, because that's happened before, and then it gets gritty and grimy and it will get stuck on and then it drips. So I always now do the bag with the elastic, which has helped me over the years keep it clean. So anyway, hopefully that's been helpful. I'll put pictures on my blog, thesecretisgratitude.com, and you can just go on the web version and type in, at the bottom of the homepage there's a search box, and you can just type in cleaning out a cooler or replacing a gasket or something like that. But like I said, I went to several different camp stores looking for this part. I live in a small town though, and they didn't have these gaskets or replacement ones, but they're pretty universal for Igloo and the different brands that are the 5-gallon size. So I have probably 4 different brands of 5-gallon ones, and they're all very similar. So I won't buy the 5-gallon ones anymore unless I test them, because I've had them leak and that's not good. And then I don't want to spend $20 on a new gasket. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I hope you have a very blessed day.